YouTube is on. The lighting's horrible, I know. Do I want to fix it? I don't know. I don't care. I just want to talk. And yes, I do have an audio at the back playing. Anyways. Hi. Today I just want to talk about expectations, because I feel like a lot of us here have a lot of expectations about ourselves, about others, and life in general. And I feel like right now what I want to talk about in this video is basically expectations on ourselves and how we view life and how we walk through life. So let's just start off by saying that it is okay to have expectations on ourselves. It's okay to have high expectations for ourselves. You know, whether that's our career, whether that's our academics, whether that's our own character development, right? It's okay when you have expectations for that area. But when you have expectations of others, then that's a real game changer. Because when you have expectations for others, what you're doing is basically allowing others, how they are, how they act, how they think, how they feel, affect you. If you just sort of, think, like, I would just put my own personal experience here, okay? I've went through a lot of moments in my life where I do have expectations of others. I expect them, to be nice. I expect them to, be caring, to be decent, to be fair. I have these expectations, and let's just put it out there that sometimes these expectations they don't happen, right? And the thing is, I know that everyone is not perfect, and that not everyone is all that, right? Even myself, I have my own mistakes, I have my own weaknesses. But what I want to say is that sometimes when you expect even the bare minimum of others, it's really gonna disappoint you. But the trick here isn't the fact that you should expect something out of them or what you should expect out of them. The trick here is to not expect anything at all and just take whatever they give, and then you go from there. Why do I want to start by saying this? Is because it always starts on how you react and how you perceive things. If people keep coming to your life and you ask yourself, why do people keep mistreating me? Why do I feel like I don't belong? Or why do I feel like, the people that I meet, I always feel off with them? Sometimes, and maybe all the time, it just depends on how you read situations. If you can fix how you perceive people, how you analyze people, how you judge people, maybe that will change how you see, how you feel about others, right? And I will always be a believer when it comes to saying never have expectations. Never. What I said, I say this not because so that I don't feel disappointed. See, people like to say, oh, you don't expect anything out of anybody, so you don't feel disappointed. No, that's not the purpose. You don't expect anything out of anyone because you are not supposed to know everything. You're not built to know everything all at once. You're not built to tell based off first impression, based off, if let's say you know this person after a while, you're not expected to know everything about them and be able to tell how they're going to be in the future. You're not supposed to know that, right? So take what you got and then you go from there, right? And I always say this, it all really starts by just sort of how you live with yourself. It all starts with yourself, right? It always starts with who you are as a person. And this is where I'll move on with the second part of the video, which is how do you control expectations of yourself? How do you carry yourself as a person? The first thing is, who are you? If let's say, I ask you, who are you? What would you say? Right? If I ask you, list 3 things about yourself, about you only, what would you say? So you have to think about it. You have to actually know yourself. When you learn about you, what you like, what you don't like, right? You sort of understand yourself a bit more. You start to understand yourself a bit better. When you understand yourself a bit better, what happens is, then you start to understand why you react a certain way, why you feel a certain way, right? There are gonna be moments in life where you will be so puzzled and confused to why you do certain things, to why you feel a certain way at certain situations when you thought differently of yourself, right? For example, if let's say someone did something to you and you react in a way where, let's say you threw a tantrum, you reacted angrily, but you're not an angry person, you're not the kind of person to throw a tantrum. So then you start to think to yourself, why do I react like that? Why do I feel like that? And you start to think, because this person did this and this, which then triggered my this and this, which then you start to know, okay. But the thing is this, here in life, you're not supposed, like I said, you're not supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to be like, oh yeah, once this happens, I know what to do at every situation. But what you're supposed to do is do your best out of every situation. That's it. I feel like we put so much weight on ourselves, so much expectations, so much standards on ourselves, to even think like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to know this. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to. You're not a God did not make you to know everything. God did not make you to be perfect or whatever. You're human. God made you to have flaws. God made you, to make mistakes. It's not like it's literally not like you're going through certain things in life and you have a textbook or you have like a guide, to tell you in every situation of, okay, this is how you're supposed to approach it, this is how you're supposed to do it. There isn't. It's not like there's a book with a chapter that says how to deal with this specific friend, how to deal with this, how to do. No, there isn't. isn't. It's all generalized. It's all just, everything is just out there, but there's nothing so specific to your own situation that can just tell you do this and this and this and then things will be better. No, there isn't. You sort of just have to go through it, experience it. That's the whole point. Life is just about experiencing. Life is all just about making mistakes. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe that's all life is. Just making mistakes. Just making, shit up. And then realizing, maybe that's not true. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I'm gonna learn. Sooner or later, I will look back at this video and be like, oh, yeah, you know what? I agree with what I said back then. There can also be a point where I do say in the future, looking back at this video, be like, he didn't know. Sooner or later, he will figure it out. But we never know. We never know. And that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. We never know. Right? We never know. So if we never know, if we can never, it's like I said, if we can never know, if we can never control, if we can never dictate, why do we put so much pressure, expectation into it? I'm not the type of person to admit that, I know it all. Oh yeah, I figured this out. Oh yeah, I know this. I'm not the type of person. But the type of person I am is that I'm just gonna tell you, like, hey, so far this is what I know. This is how I went through it. This is how I'm gonna go through it. And if I make mistakes, I will admit that I made mistakes, and I'm gonna learn from it. But we are human. At the end of the day, no matter what we do, if it's gonna hurt us, it's gonna hurt us. If it's gonna be something that, we do that is not right, and it's a mistake, we're gonna learn from it. That's just life. And you have to accept it. That life is just that. Life is just a time where you learn and experience everything and anything randomly. That's just it. And maybe it isn't time for you to figure things out now. Maybe it's not gonna be time for you to figure things out sooner or later. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not in the cards for you to just be like, yeah, I know what to do. No. But what you can do is continuously learn, continuously try, make an effort to make things better. And I've always been preaching this since I was 9 years old, going through shit. I've always said this, is that for things to be okay, you have to work for it. You have to work your ass off for things to be okay. If that means that your heart is gonna be, broken for years, fine, let that be so. If that means years of grieving, years of being lost, years of being confused, years of being anxious, depressed, if that means years of suffering, then let it be so. Because the main thing is that you make an effort. And trust me, there's gonna be moments where it works out for you. And there's gonna be moments where you doubt yourself, like you're asking yourself, am I even doing the right thing? Even so, even then, just keep going. Because you never know on the next try, on the next effort, that you actually break through. You never know. And I never know. I'm going through shit in my life that I never know if I'm ever going to have a breakthrough in. But all I know is that I will continuously make an effort to try and try and try. And that's it. I would die happy knowing that I've at least tried my best to live the best life I could have. Knowing that yes, I do have challenges in my life, that I do have setbacks in my life, but I at least did not just sit back and felt sorry for myself. Instead, I did something about it. So maybe that is the point. That is my purpose. I'll never know. I'm just a human. This is my first time living, and I'm learning. So it is for you. So go easy on yourself. Forgive yourself. Don't ever feel that, you're supposed to know everything. Because at the end of the day, you're human, you make mistakes, and you have flaws. Always learn, always keep going. And no matter how difficult things can be, just know, and always know, that it's temporary. And you can always change things out. It's been a long time since I posted on my YouTube channel, and I will say, what am I expecting out of this? I don't know. But I'm gonna use this platform as a platform for me to yap. All my friends are watching this. They know I'm a yapper. They know I have a lot of things to say. So, here it is. I hope this helps. I hope whoever that is still here at this point of the video, at least one thing that I've said actually helped you.